My ex-girlfriend calls me all the time. She wants to get back together with me. But now I'm in a relationship with a woman I really like. How can I convince my ex that I'm serious about not being with her anymore?
Your ex-girlfriend calls you for two reasons. First, it's obvious she doesn't have much love in her life. She's empty and alone. So she can't bear the thought of losing whatever attention you've been giving her. She believes that if she loses your affection, she can't be happy. And you need to understand that, because it goes a long way to explain what may seem like an obsession to you. When people have very little love in their lives, they can't stand to lose even a tiny morsel of it, even if it's just imitation love. She's not going to let go of you easily. Second, she continues to call because you let her. So, let's look at why you let her. When she calls, why do you talk to her? Almost certainly part of the reason is that you're afraid that if you refuse to talk to her, you'll hurt her feelings. But you're not thinking clearly. You need to look at what you're doing to her now by agreeing to talk to her. You're confusing her and prolonging her pain. You say that you don't want to get back together with her, but every time you talk to her on the phone, you're giving her the false impression that there is a possibility that you might be interested in a relationship with her. Your behavior speaks much louder than your words. So you're confusing her badly. And as long as you give her any hope, she will keep calling and won't be able to move on with her life. In other words, by continuing to speak to her, you're being much more unkind than if you simply cut off the relationship with her quickly and cleanly. So, the truth is that although part of you doesn't want to hurt your ex-girlfriend's feelings, you are mostly motivated by selfish concerns. You know that if you simply refused to talk to her, if you cut off the relationship cleanly, she'd not only be hurt, she'd also be angry at you. And you really don't want to deal with that. You also don't want other people to think that you're inconsiderate and heartless. So yes, I get that part of you is trying to be nice to your ex, but mostly you're protecting yourself here. And you really have to admit that, at least to yourself, before you take some positive steps here. So what can you do now about your ex-girlfriend? We'll talk about that in our next session.